Huda has finally spoken out about her losing all her brand deals. Guys, we are going to be talking about a lot of things in this video. Please watch this video to the end.
Huda has finally spoken out after being dropped by Gymshark and losing a major deal with them. Gymshark has dropped Huda after a controversial live stream with her boyfriend Lewis caused backlash earlier this week. Another brand, Huda Beauty, made a similar announcement saying they found the live stream upsetting but hoped Huda learns from the experience. They said the decision wasn't made to punish her but to respect those affected. Huda later apologized, saying she laughed from shock and not humor. She said, "I was completely caught off guard and nervous, not trying to be mean." Lewis also has issued his own statement explaining he understands how serious the situation is and is expressing his regrets. The story has now become one of the biggest influencer controversies of the week, with fans divided on whether the punishment fits the mistake. In the midst of this, Huda has spoken out about being dropped by Gymshark and other brands. Underneath a post about it, Huda left a comment. In her comment, she wrote, "This is devastating. I just don't understand why I'm being piled on like this, instead of a discussion being made." I think Huda feels overwhelmed by how quickly things have turned against her. It sounds like she wishes people would talk about what happened instead of just canceling her. But before you go, I want to know, do you think Huda deserves another chance?
What Huda did is very wrong. She was laughing because it was awkward and she didn't actually hear the word. She just knew it was a bad word. If she knew it was a bad word, she heard the word. Listen, I'm somebody with a platform, not nearly as big as Huda's, but if I were doing a live stream where I was accepting fan calls, say I was on a reality show and I had some weird beef with a co-star who was a person of color, if I pick up that fan call, especially from somebody as young as that caller sounded, and they called my co-star a racial slur, my first instinct is not to laugh. My first instinct is to ask myself, what example am I setting for somebody very young to think it is okay to call me, a person that they are a fan of, and call my co-star a racial slur? What example did I set to allow this sequence of events to happen? I would hang up the phone and probably end the live stream because I would find that very disturbing and I would take the time to self-reflect as to why that happened. Huda's Instagram stories. If an over-explanation is your first reaction, that screams guilty to me. I do believe that Huda should be held accountable and that she should really take some time to self-reflect because there's a much deeper issue happening, right? I don't have any ill will towards Huda. I just genuinely hope she has somebody in her life to like seriously sit down and talk to her about this and get her to kind of dig deeper as to why that was her reaction, why this happened in the first place. Okay? My like philosophy on just everyone in life, I believe everyone can always be better. Everyone can always learn from their mistakes, but they have to want to learn. So I'm not going to wish you any harm or anything that will take away from your ability to learn from your mistake, I think. Huda did nothing wrong, and everybody trying to cancel her is crazy and is insane, and that thought process is a problem within itself. I understand the whole pitchforks war mentality of this all, especially to people who are directly affected by that word. Like, it's not for me to say, to tell you when to pull out your pitchfork, right? But to the people who genuinely see nothing wrong with the situation at hand, I hope you can listen to what I'm saying without feeling like I'm attacking you, because there is a conversation that needs to be had. The reason why this was so wrong and awful and offensive and hurtful to Olandria, who was very clearly attacked. Going wrong, number one, was bursting out laughing. That shouldn't be your instinctual response to that situation. A lot of people are saying she's under the influence. If you can't handle the way you act under the influence, don't go on live. But after the dust settled and she posted that Instagram story, instead of apologizing, she over-explained herself. It was a really awful way to address a topic as sensitive as this. Why do your young fans think it's okay to call you and call your co-star a racial slur in order to get a reaction out of you?
Huda's fans are probably some of the most embarrassing piece of shit to step on this planet Earth. Very embarrassing. Not only are they attacking Janae, they're attacking the entire PPG and any influencer or celebrity that supports Huda Beauty, cutting ties with Huda. As if that's not enough, they're now attacking the founder of Huda Beauty. Like, if you go through her comments on TikTok, it is crazy. I literally saw comments that said, guys, let's keep putting hate comments so we can show them how strong we are. Do you guys realize that The more you do this, the more you keep blocking Huda's blessings. Like, you're literally stopping brands from working with her because of this attitude. How I think about it, I don't think Huda has any genuine friendship in the industry. I've never seen any reputable influencer or celebrity that's friends with Huda. But you want to know why? She has such a dark spirit, and that reflects on her fans. Huda's fans will blame everybody in the entire world except her. And I'm like, literally, I was so surprised to see people blaming Olandria for Huda's actions. Like, how is it Olandria's fault that Huda decided to be silly on a live video? How is it Olandria's fault? Please make me understand. Just imagine if Olandria laughed at a Palestine joke. Just imagine. This girl will not, she will be under so much fire by now. Like, she will be torn to shreds by now. So why can't we give Huda the same, why can't we give her the same treatment? Why is it all of a sudden unfair? Because if Olandria was in this position, y'all would be on her neck 24/7, calling her sort of names. Instead of you to take your L in peace and literally advise your faith to, be more mindful next time, you are enabling her behavior even more and even making it much worse. Now, listen, don't be surprised if more brands stop working with her. Don't be surprised if she loses more brands, because your actions says a lot about her and yourselves as well. Anyway, I'm not surprised because all those friends are just a bunch of teenagers that have no job. So you guys will have a lot of time on your hands to put hate comments on everyone's post.
I genuinely feel like Huda's fans are one of her biggest problem, like one of her biggest downfall. And secondly, I also feel like Huda never expected the kind of backlash or whatever outcome her action brought to her, because honestly, a lot of people have put black women down and go without anything happen to them, and I feel like that is the reason why a lot of her fans cannot understand why Huda lost all the brands that work with her. But one thing you need to know is that if you are a celebrity or if you are a public person and you want to work with brands, you need to keep yourself clean. You need to stay away from controversy. This is also the reason why when people are protesting or when something is happening, a lot of these celebrities and influencers don't like talking about those issues because of the fact that they do not want to bring negative attention to them. One thing I feel like Huda needs so much is media training. She needs somebody to train her how to manage her anger in public and how to act in public. Like, she needs serious training to match the kind of publicity she have, because she has a lot of publicity but she don't know how to manage herself. Look at what she did during the show, always crashing out, begging man to sleep with you, and if the man did not sleep with you, you gaslight him, call him name because he don't want to sleep with you. Like, everything she did in that Love Island does not even represent her well. Another thing I feel like Huda needs so much is time off social media, because if you see the way she's posting, it seems like she's preparing for music video or get into music. I feel like she needs to take time off social media, learn a lot about things she don't know. If she don't know things about racism, she should learn about it. But again, I feel like she know a lot about racism. Yes, she know a lot about racism because she's not a white person. She must have experienced a lot of racism as somebody who comes from a country that is deemed terrorist country. I know that people must have been throwing some kind of words to her, so she know what that means. The thing is, she needs to be very, very awakened when we talk about social issue, because if you have a platform, it's not everything you laugh at, it's not everything you even show some kind of reaction to, right? Because a lot of things that happen in this life, or a lot of things that you may feel like is nothing, are people's pain. Just like the other girl said, right? If somebody come and be like, people from that place are terrorists, and a black person laugh over it, how will she feel? I know there are a lot of people supporting her are not black. If you go to her comment section, you see that most people who are giving her go ahead and say that she did not do anything, most of them are Asian women, Latino women, white women. And the thing is, large majority of those people supporting her are also people of color. And large majority of her fans come from Africa. I'm not paying attention to Africans because I feel like a lot of Africans are so very ignorant of racism. But I'm talking about people who know about racism, who will see every day on social media complaining about things they say to their own people that pain them. So you see somebody laugh at N-word and they be like, no, it is nothing. If you give her that kind of leg, you're basically killing her career, because N-word hold a lot of like strong history. That word is people pain, tears and blood. So you cannot be throwing it around everywhere and be like nothing happened. But one thing I have noticed is that people do not pay attention to anything that hurt black people. That is one thing I have noticed. Anything that hurt black people, everybody treat it as if it is nothing. That is one thing I have noticed, honestly. But guys, I want to know what you think in the comment section.